The toll of super speedway racing continues here in week 2 of the NASCAR season, taking its toll on the drivers. We now visit Atlanta Motor Speedway, one of the most exciting venues now on the entire NASCAR circuit. I am not. I'm actually still at Daytona. Can you blame me though? I mean, check out this place. How cool is this venue here, Daytona International Speedway? One of the most legendary racetracks in the world. I stuck around here on Sport of Speed. Devon Henry here. I'm your host for Sport of Speed as we go into the world of NASCAR and everything going on in the state of Arizona as well. While I'm here in Daytona, all the drivers are set back up at Atlanta. So let's dig into this week's episode with our starting grid. His personality is as big as his height. Todd Gilliland joins the show, the new leader of Front Row Motorsports, looking to find his way into victory lane. And the Cup Series hits Atlanta Motor Speedway tomorrow. We all know the most popular driver, Chase Elliott, but what about his gas man, Tucson, Arizona native Gianninoto? Get to know the 2020 champion as the gas man for Chase Elliott. And you just heard him for a couple of hours, but we'll hear from him again. More about his career, the Xfinity Series, and of course, the NASCAR Championship weekend at Phoenix Raceway. The voice of NASCAR on the CW, Adam Alexander, drops by. And now 2 races into the Xfinity Series season, let's take a look at a few of the new faces in new places. Let's get everything organized as drivers fight to make it to NASCAR Championship weekend at Phoenix Raceway. Todd Gilliland is not hard to miss throughout the NASCAR garage. You're already like 7'6", now you're gonna be wearing neon yellow throughout the entire year, but a new opportunity here, still Front Row Motorsports, driving number 34 Loves Machine now, and this is a really unique team. You're growing, there's more things going on, the truck team's growing, but has height become an issue yet since you're like a foot taller than everyone else? Zane and Lane need a step stool to talk to you, I think.
Yeah, like you said, right? We'll start at the top of that one. No one's gonna miss me for sure. Off the racetrack or on the racetrack in my Love suit and Love's paint scheme. It's very bright, and like you mentioned, I'm a big guy, so it's lots of the bright yellow. But yeah, like you said, I've got some new awesome teammates this year with Noah Gregson, Zane Smith, obviously Lane and Chandler on the truck side. So yeah, it's been exciting. We've been expanding quite a bit, getting a lot of good people. So I think the more the merrier, and you know, just in NASCAR, right, with such limited practice, such limited information in general, having another car I think should help us on the information side of it all. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I'm excited about where we're at right now.
And now with all those moves, you are now the veteran here at Front Row Motorsports. So how has that role kind of changed for you in terms of you're the one that everyone else is looking up to now? You are the guy in this camp.
I don't really necessarily think of it like that. I think it's a really good opportunity, right? That I have good relationships with everyone at Front Row Motorsports, but you know, it's very interesting too, right? Because we're all about the same age, realistically. I'm actually the youngest of everybody, so you know, I think of it as, you know, we're all three just really pulling the rope in the same direction. I think that's the biggest thing. Obviously, with Michael, it was he's a great teammate. He had so much you know, time around the garage, and he experienced so many different things. So there's something comforting about that, but also, you know, having an extra teammate and then both, you know, who they are, right? I have good relationships with both of them. So, yeah, I think we can achieve some really good things. So, yeah, that's it's going to be fun, and yeah, it's nice to have been here the longest, so that helps a little bit.
Then on top of that, like you said, everyone being able to see you, well, now they're seeing you on the NASCAR social channels as well, not just the Front Row Motorsports group doing a great job this year, but jumping on top of NASCAR social group as well. What's it kind of been like being a little bit more busy now as everyone's trying to get a few more videos with you, like myself?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, right? I think you know, all of NASCAR's social media stuff has been really impressive this year in general. So yeah, it was crazy, right? We're in a room with, I think, Keselowski, Briscoe, Larson, AJ Allmendinger, and me and Noah. So we looked at each other, we're like, I don't know if we belong here, but yeah, we definitely, obviously our goal is to belong in those type of rooms, and just to be included makes it you know, pretty fun and special. So yeah, I feel like everything's turned out really good as far as social media stuff goes, so hopefully they keep having us back.
Just a few years ago, you're in that 38 hauler, now you're here in this 34 hauler. How do you think Todd Gilliland has grown the most from your rookie year here at Front Row Motorsports to where you are today?
Yeah, I think just confidence. You know, like, confidence is very, very hard to manufacture, right? It has to come from like your heart, really, right, for you to truly believe it. So I think that comes with experience. Just, you know, whether it's going to these racetracks or my first year, right, just experiencing the schedule. I went from Truck Series to the Cup Series, 10 plus more races. So that was a massive step my first year. You know, working with a bigger group of people, whether it's, you know, pit crew, you know, team, a lot more team members travel to the Cup Series races. So yeah, there's so many different levels to it, but just experiencing all that stuff is giving me a lot more confidence and experience to go out there and lead this team to better results.
As we go to Atlanta, we all know Chase Elliott, but how about his gas man? John Gianninoto, a Tucson native. We go inside the world of a gas man in the world of NASCAR. And you just heard him a few moments ago. We sit down one-on-one with the play-by-play voice of NASCAR on the CW, Adam Alexander, going over everything Xfinity Series racing and getting ready for NASCAR Championship Weekend at Phoenix Raceway. Plus all the faces in new places in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. We jot down a few notables and give you the full list of those drivers racing new numbers in 2025. All that and more coming up on Sport of Speed.
The Valley of the Sun will roar to life this spring.
This ought to get pretty wild here.
Why is that, you may ask? Because NASCAR is coming to Phoenix, and it's going to be a weekend of good vibes the whole family won't forget. The best-in-class fan experience meets racing's toughest drivers for 3 days of action on and off the track, all surrounded by the beautiful Estrella Mountains. Get your tickets now at phoenixraceway.com.
When I started to compete, they told me I should stop. When I came in dead last, they told me I should stop. When colleges didn't recruit me, they told me I should stop. What they didn't know is that I am unstoppable.
Let us help you be unstoppable with your financial goals at desertfinancial.com.
This is a Santan Ford announcement. Santan Ford has over 1,600 new cars and trucks in stock. All models are priced for immediate sale to make room for more arrivals. Don't wait. Head to Tim Hovey's Santan Ford in Gilbert. We are Santan Ford.
Nothing brings people and families together faster than sharing food. Great friends, memories, and good times. For over 2 generations, Valle Luna has served you the food that brought you together, and we've been proud to do so. We're fortunate to have been a part of so many stories, gatherings, and traditions that continue on today and will tomorrow. Start a tradition of your own. Come taste authentic Sonoran-style food with your family and friends here with us at Valle Luna.
Visit us at Harrah's Auction Casino in the city of Maricopa, where you'll find play for all and friendly people ready to welcome you like family.
Welcome back, you two.
As the official sponsor of Play and the only casino in Arizona with Caesars Rewards, see what a difference it makes to play where your fun is our top priority. Harrah's Auction Casino. Play for all.
We've got some fresh new young talent doing some things that I know you haven't heard before.
1, 2, 3, listen.
Now bust a move, bust a move, bust a move.
The Valley of the Sun will roar to life this spring. Why is that, you may ask? Because NASCAR is coming to Phoenix, and it's going to be a weekend of good vibes the whole family won't forget. Get your tickets now at phoenixraceway.com.
NASCAR Cup Series visits Atlanta Motor Speedway tomorrow. And of course, everyone knows the most popular driver in all of NASCAR, Chase Elliott. His father, of course, Bill Elliott, legendary Austin Bill from Dawsonville, but there's actually someone from Arizona helping Chase Elliott succeed and also win that championship back in 2020. Tucson, Arizona native John Gianninoto. From playing high school football as a kid to earning Guinness World Records. This here's the story of John Gianninoto. This is an Arizona Angle presented by Phoenix Raceway. A Guinness World Record, NASCAR Cup Series Championship, and a dozen years as a key piece on pit road for one of NASCAR's most prestigious teams, Hendrick Motorsports. For 12 years, Tucson native John Gianninoto has played a crucial role as both a gasman and jackman, working with some of NASCAR's biggest stars. Through it all, he's kept a strong focus on family, a value that's been with him since his days at Catalina Foothills High School and continues to drive him in the big leagues.
I'm from an Italian family, so we had a really big knit group, and it was awesome. My parents had an Italian restaurant, my aunt and uncle had an Italian restaurant, so my cousins were there, my grandparents.
He had a close knit of friends in high school. They did everything together, I remember, and their families did everything together. Very sociable, very popular on campus.
And a lot of my friends are still like family, talk to them weekly, so it's cool to be just friendly with all those guys from high school still to this day, fantasy football, all that kind of stuff. It's been a lot of fun still seeing those guys over the years and kind of introducing them to motorsports.
John made all our calls at the line of scrimmage. You know, he was a center for us. We had a code. He would tell what our right tackle, what our right guard did, what our left guard and our left tackle was supposed to do. Very smart kid to be able to do that.
After a standout high school career, Gianninoto took his luck to Las Vegas as a 4-year starting offensive lineman at UNLV.
It just means so much. I mean, I made lifelong friends here at UNLV. You know, one other guy that I went with and was my roommate, he actually pits a race car as well, so we see each other every week. Our kids are growing up together.
The Arizonan would become a team captain, meet his future wife, and play his hand to make it big time. A shot at the NFL with the Carolina Panthers.
He made it to the last cut of the Panthers. He was Cam Newton's primary center, same rookie year. John made it to that last cut at a training camp, and he got released.
With his hopes at an NFL career dashed, Gianninoto found life beyond football through a NASCAR influence at UNLV that led him and his roommate from the gridiron to the fast-paced life of pit road.
I found out about NASCAR because they had guys at Red Bull Racing that would come work out at the UNLV campus. Kind of a lot of similar traits to what you do in football. You need to have the quick feet, the quick reaction time, know when to kind of push, when to kind of lay off, that kind of stuff. So you just need to have an open mind. I got to talking with a few of them, my roommate as well, and it just seemed like a good fit. Got to keep playing sports and being competitive, so just kind of took it and ran with it.
Even though that he didn't make it in the NFL, he was still successful with his experiences. And again, that started with a strong family.
Gianninoto has traveled a long road from Tucson to Charlotte, but still discovers ways to keep applying the lessons he learned on the gridiron through sport and family.
It's another chance to compete. You don't have to hang up your athletic shoes, and you get to still be on a team. You get to be with a bunch of guys and go and work hard, and you're still in that atmosphere that you were brought up in of just working hard together and making sure practice is all good and getting to go do it on Sundays in front of a crowd.
Get your tickets now for the Shriner Children's 500, March 7th, 8th, and 9th. And now we talk to the guy who you just heard from for about 2.5 to 3 hours just a little bit ago. Adam Alexander went from an Indiana and Kentucky sports guy to becoming a staple in the world of NASCAR. Almost 3 decades in the world of motorsports. On top of that, 1 decade as the voice of the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Adam Alexander sits down with us to talk all about his career, the Xfinity Series, and also NASCAR Championship Weekend, and why the racetrack is something that you cannot miss.
It's really a perfect spot, and you know this as well as anyone, being there in the Phoenix area and covering sports, and you understand the magnitude of that city when it comes to big-time sports. And it really You just go across the board, whether you're talking about the NCAA Final Four, college football championships, the Super Bowl. When you look at Phoenix, and not only is the weather there perfect to host folks who are coming in, but that venue and what they've done since they remodeled Phoenix Raceway is just outstanding. The crowd comes in droves, they sell it out. So really, when you match it all up, geography, the city itself, hosting championships, and that venue, it is the perfect spot for a championship race, and we look forward to being back there again at the end of 2025.
What was it about this sport that once you got wrangled in, you were here to stay?
The one thing that I have always admired about NASCAR, the two things, the passion and the loyalty. And I don't care if you're a driver, if you're a crew member, if you're an owner, if you're a fan, if you're a broadcaster. There is tremendous passion and loyalty in NASCAR from every corner of it. You want to go where the opportunities are, and I was just fortunate to marry the experience I had as a broadcaster with the NASCAR, that was out there and working with MRN and what was put in front of me really meshed well with my previous experience. And, as you said, 25 years later, here we are.
There's a long part of your career where you were a 7-day-a-week worker from Race Hub to traveling on the weekend for the races, and you have a daughter in college. Your youngest son, Kay, just finished his final season of high school football. How in the world do you balance your dream job with being a dad and being a husband?
I will say that it's always matched up pretty well for me. There were some times when my children were younger, especially when we lived in Indiana, you have no home games. And when your kids are young, that's when you need to be as involved as you possibly can, and you're running them everywhere, right? Unfortunately, that was a time when I was away quite a bit, when I was working for MRN Radio, and even early in the speed days before we made the move to Charlotte. Really, once we moved to Charlotte, that gave me a lot more home games. It exposed me to travel with race teams and through the NASCAR charter channels. Even though there are events that I certainly have missed, I think most people are in that situation when you have a career that you chase. But we've been able to find, good balance. And I would say, too, that all the years that I worked with Fox, they were incredible to me at understanding that was something that was very important to me in my life and accommodating me as best they could in those situations where there was something special going on and I had to choose one or the other.
And like you said, you've been on radio, TV, you've been on pit road, in the booth, in the studio, all these different things. And of course, like you said, the stick and ball sports. I remember a couple of years ago watching the Territorial Cup right here in Arizona. I go, hey, it's Adam Alexander on the call. How cool is that? So you've been across the block, but is there an athlete, a celebrity? Do you have a dream interview, a dream person that you want to talk to with a microphone that you haven't quite got the opportunity to yet?
I was a Colts fan. That was when Peyton Manning was doing his thing, and I've always been a big Peyton fan. Michael Jordan is someone that I have tremendous admiration for as an athlete, and so now to see what he's doing in the NASCAR world is really cool. I've never met Michael. Very close to people who know Michael well. I was looking at pictures the other day, and we did a segment getting ready for year 75 in NASCAR. We did a show with Jeff Gordon, Joey Logano, and Richard Petty. And, I saw that picture, and sometimes you don't appreciate what you're doing in the moment. And when you look back is when you really appreciate that. And I appreciate that now. And I think, 10 years down the road, that's something that I'll really hold in high regard. Some of the opportunities that I've had and the people I've had a chance to be around and interview, it's really been a tremendous blessing for me in my career.
NASCAR battles in Georgia this weekend, home of Awesome Bill from Dawsonville, Bill Elliott. But do you know on what day the state of Georgia celebrates Bill Elliott Day on an annual basis? In 2005, the Georgia State Legislature made Bill Elliott Day an annually celebrated holiday for the 16-time NASCAR most popular driver for accomplishments such as contributions to the Special Olympics, local cancer center, and the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Every single year, Bill Elliott Day is celebrated on $1 Million Bill's birthday, October 8th. Sport of Speed returns right after this.
The Valley of the Sun will roar to life this spring. Why is that, you may ask? Because NASCAR is coming to Phoenix, and it's going to be a weekend of good vibes the whole family won't forget. Let's go! Get your tickets now at PhoenixRaceway.com. The Valley of the Sun will roar to life this spring. Why is that, you may ask? Because NASCAR is coming to Phoenix, and it's going to be a weekend of good vibes the whole family won't forget. Get your tickets now at phoenixraceway.com.
Before we say goodbye, there's been a lot of change in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. So let's go ahead and take a look at all of the new faces that we see with new car numbers in this Xfinity Series. We'll start things off with the biggest shakeup of the offseason. Stewart-Haas Racing dissolving and becoming the Haas factory team. Sheldon Creed will be the leader of this squad at 27 years old, but has yet to win at the NASCAR Xfinity Series level. He does own the record for the most second place finishes without a win in series history, and has come on the verge of victory so many times with 16 top fives 1 year ago and an average finish inside the top 12. Creed is making the move from Joe Gibbs Racing alongside his teammate Sam Mayer, making the move to Haas factory team from Junior Motorsports. This young 21-year-old took home the checkered flag 3 times in 2024 and made the Xfinity Series Championship 4 back in 2023. Hoping to build off of a 9th place finish in points 1 year ago, the 7-time Xfinity Series winner is hoping to be the first to grab the checkered flag for the Haas factory team. Next up is rookie Christian Eckes, who made the NASCAR Truck Series Championship 4 1 year ago with 4 total wins on the season and 22 top 10s, an average finish of nearly 5th last year in the Truck Series. The 24-year-old joins the Colleague Racing stable, and this New York native is trying to find his way to victory lane for the first time in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Now, Harrison Burton is making his way back to the NASCAR Xfinity Series after racing for the historic Wood Brothers racing teams the past few years in the NASCAR Cup Series. He'll be driving the 25 car for AM Racing here in 2025 after winning at Daytona 1 year ago for the Wood Brothers' legendary 100th victory. Harrison finished 8th in the Xfinity Series points in 2020 and 2021, and on top of that has 4 career wins in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. And for now, we'll round things off with the hot shot rookie Connor Zilisch. Entering full-time NASCAR racing for the first time with Junior Motorsports, the North Carolina native made history 1 year ago, winning his first career Xfinity Series start, beating the pack at Watkins Glen. Now, his resume speaks for itself. In 2024, he was not just the Rolex 24 champion at Daytona, but also took home the win in the 12 Hours of Sebring as well. Looking to tack on to that win from Watkins Glen, the 18-year-old will be one to watch fighting for a NASCAR Xfinity Series championship. Now here is the full list of full-time drivers making moves here in 2025, and it is absolutely massive. It is going to take a little bit to get used to all these faces and new places in 2025 racing full-time in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and even more of a shot at fighting for that championship like Daniel Dye, Christian Eckes, William Sawalich, Brandon Jones. All of them have shots to be in that NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship 4 at Phoenix Raceway on November 4th. Thank you guys for joining me from Daytona for tomorrow's race at Atlanta. I swear I will be back at a racetrack soon. That racetrack will be Phoenix Raceway just 2 weeks' time. Be sure to get your tickets now for the Shriners Children's 500 race weekend, March 7th, 8th, and 9th. But until I see you guys next Saturday, make it a great week.
The Valley of the Sun will roar to life this spring.
This ought to get pretty wild here.
Why is that, you may ask? Because NASCAR is coming to Phoenix, and it's going to be a weekend of good vibes the whole family won't forget. The best-in-class fan experience meets racing's toughest drivers for 3 days of action on and off the track, all surrounded by the beautiful Estrella Mountains.
Oh yeah, baby, let's go!
Get your tickets now at phoenixraceway.com.
When I started to compete, they told me I should stop. When I came in dead last, they told me I should stop. When colleges didn't recruit me, they told me I should stop. What they didn't know is that I am unstoppable.
CNA champion, Anthony.
Let us help you be unstoppable with your financial goals at desertfinancial.com.
Discover more Play for All at Harrah's Auction Casino.
Hi, folks. Here are your drinks.
Where having fun means racking up reward credits with the Caesars Rewards loyalty program that can be redeemed for food, free play, hotel stays, and more. Not only here in the city of Maricopa, but also at more than 50 Caesars properties coast to coast. From Harrah's Las Vegas to Caesars Palace in Atlantic City. What are you waiting for? Play for All at Harrah's Auction Casino, the official sponsor of Play.
This is a Santan Ford announcement. Santan Ford has over 1,600 new cars and trucks in stock. All models are priced for immediate sale to make room for more arrivals. Don't wait. Head to Tim Hovey's Santan Ford in Gilbert.
We are Santan Ford.
The Valley of the Sun will roar to life this spring. Why is that, you may ask? Because NASCAR is coming to Phoenix, and it's going to be a weekend of good vibes the whole family won't forget. Get your tickets now at PhoenixRaceway.com.